हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम लोग पढ़ेंगे करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चैप्टर जो कि क्लास 10th का है। तो इसमें पहला सिलेबस है ओम्स लॉ जो कि कॉन्सेप्ट है, फिर ईएमएफ, फिर पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस, रेसिस्टेंस इन सीरीज एंड पैरेलल इंटरनल रेसिस्टेंस। तो इसको अब सिलेबस में है कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ पीटी, पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस का है जिसका फॉर्मूला होता है भी करंट का फॉर्मूला होता है आई, रेसिस्टेंस का जो सिंबल होता है वो होता है आर, एंड चार्ज का जो सिंबल होता है वो क्यू होता है। ओम्स लॉ एंड स्टेटमेंट ऑफ V इक्वल टू आई आर। बी का फॉर्मूला क्या है? पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस इक्वल टू आई मतलब होता है करंट मतलब आर मतलब होता है रेसिस्टेंस। तो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस जो होता है वो होता है करंट मल्टीप्लाई रेसिस्टेंस। तो इसका ऐसा यूनिट पढ़ना है, एक्सपेरिमेंटल वेरिफिकेशन, ग्राफ पढ़ना है, पी एंड स्लोप पढ़ना है, कुछ रेसिस्टेंस फ्रॉम स्लोप, ओमिक लॉ, ये हम लोग को पढ़ना है। तो हम लोग को फर्स्ट पार्ट में दिया गया है कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ चार्ज, करंट, पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस एंड रेसिस्टेंस एंड ओम्स लॉ। कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ चार्ज in class 9 we have read that there were non-conducting bodies are the glass, the silk or ebonite fur are rubbed together. There is a transfer of electrons from one body to another. The body which gains electrons becomes negatively charged and the body which loses electrons become positively charged. Thus there is a two kind of charge, positive charge and the negative charge. The charge repel each other while the unlike charge attract each other. मतलब जो लाइक चार्ज होते हैं वो एक तरह से अट्रैक्ट करते हैं और जो एक दूसरे से अलग हो जाते हैं, और जो अनलाइक चार्ज होते हैं वो अट्रैक्ट करते हैं, और ये डिनोट किया जाते हैं सिंबल क्यू से। यूनिट ऑफ चार्ज, जैसा यूनिट ऑफ चार्ज इज कूलम जिसका सिंबल सी होते हैं, एंड द स्मॉलर यूनिट ऑफ चार्ज इज मिली कूलम MC जो माइक्रो कूलम, and nanocoulomb where 1 microcoulomb is 10 to the power minus 3 coulomb, 1 microcoulomb is 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb, and 1 nanocoulomb is 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb. The quantity on a body determined by the number of electrons is deficit. If a body positively charged or the number of electrons is in excess, the body is negatively charged. Thus the charge on the body is Q plus equal to negative, where n is the number of electrons in deficit of plus sign and excess for minus sign, where E is the charge of electrons. The charge on an electron is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. It is very important, and the 1 coulomb charge means a deficit of 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 equal to 1.1.6 into 10 to the power 19 electron. A deficit of 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 equal to 1.1.6 into 10 to the power 19 coulomb. Note: in a non-conducting or insulator, the charge resides at a point where there is a excess or deficit of electrons, i.e. the charge of static does not follow. On the other hand, in a conductor such as a metal, charges can move or flow. A conductor has a large number of free electrons in it, which can flow through the volume of the conductor. Concept of charge. The charge is constitutes electric current. Current is defined as the rate of flow of charge. In other words, the current flowing in a conductor is the amount of charge flowing per second across any cross section of it. It is denoted by the letter I or I of a. If a charge Q flows through a cross section normal to the direction of the motion in time t, the current I through the conductor is given as the I equal to Q by T. Note the current in a circuit is measured by the ammeter by connecting it in a series in a circuit, taking care that the positive marked terminal of the ammeter is towards the positive terminal of the source current. Current in a circuit is measured by the ammeter, means current is measured in the ammeter. Ammeter is a device which is used to measure the current in a series. That current taking the care that the positive marked terminal of the ammeter towards the positive terminal of the source of the current. Unit of current. The unit of current is the charge of coulomb. Therefore, the current is measured in a coulomb per second, which has been given the name ampere, symbol A, in honor of the French physicist Henri Ampere. Means the ampere is the symbol that is given by the unit that was the physicist. That name was the Henri Ampere. We define the current as 1 ampere as the current which flows in a conductor when 1 coulomb of charge passes through it in 1 second. Means that when we measure the current, then we used to measure it through the ammeter, and it was given by the name by the French physicist, that is Henri Ampere. We define it as a 1 ampere as a current which flows, means 1 ampere is a current flows in a conductor when the coulomb of charge passes through it in 1 second. Means in 1 second the charge flows from through the conductor of 1 coulomb charges, then it used to give in 1 second. The 1 ampere equal to 1 coulomb by 1 second, means 1 ampere equal to 1 coulomb by 1 second equal to 1 coulomb a second minus. To express a weak current, smaller unit of current are used. They are milliampere, that is called MA, M in capital A, and the microampere, micron the symbol of U like, and the A, which is related to the ampere as follows: 1 mA equal to 10 to the power 3 ampere, and the 1 micron ampere is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. So the flow of current in a metal, the moving charges are the free electrons which constitutes the current, while in electrolytes and ionized gases, both the positively charged ions, cations, and the negatively charged ions, anions, are the moving charges which constitutes current. If an electron passes through a cross section of a conductor in time t, total charges passed through the conductor is given as the Q means the coulomb, and means the number of times into electron, and the current of a conductor is current equal to coulomb. Current equal to Q means Q symbol was given charge. So the current is equal to charge by time, where number of current is not given, the electron then divided by time. Since 1 coulomb charge is carried by 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons, it is very important we should understood this. And so if 1 ampere current flows through a conductor, it implies that the 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons pass in 1 second across the cross section and conductor. Note, current is a scalar quantity. In MCQ it can come, what is the quantity of a current? What is the quantity of current? It is a scalar or it is vector, then we have to put scalar quantity. By stating the direction of the current in a conductor, we mean that the direction of the motion of electron in opposite to it. In an electrolyte, if number of cations at each of the charge Q move in one direction, and two anions each of charge Q2 move in one opposite direction in time t, the current of the direction of the motion of the cation will be I equal to N1 Q1 plus N2 Q2 divided by t. Now the concept of potential and potential difference. Potential, we know that the like charges repel while unlike charges attract with each other. If a charge A is both brought near another the like charges B, some work has to be done in moving the charge A against the repulsive force on it due to the other charge B. Similarly, if the charge of A brought near the unlike charge B, work is done by the attractive force on the charge A due to the unlike charge B. Thus, some work is always involved in moving a charge in a vicinity of another charge. Therefore, the potential at the point in a region of charges is measured in terms of work done in moving a test charge from a point of zero potential to the point, since force between the two charges is zero at infinite separation. Therefore, we consider the potential to the zero when the test charge is infinite separation from other charges. The work done in bringing the test charges from infinity to the point to the region of the other charges when divided by the value of the test charge, so we expresses the unit charge, give the potential at the difference. Thus we define potential as follows: the potential at a point is defined as the amount of work done per unit charge in bringing the positive test charge from infinity to that point. It is denoted by the symbol V. It is a scalar quantity. Note, the potential is positive at the point in a vicinity of a positive charge, since work has to be done on the positive test charge against the repulsive force due to the positive charge and bringing the from infinity, which is negative at the point of vicinity of the negative charge. Since the attractive force on the positive charge due to the negative charge does not work by itself, on work is obtained. Figure 8.1, test charges plus Q is brought from infinity to the point P in the vicinity at a positively charged body. It is a charged body, and P from infinity to the point test charges, bringing a test charges Q charge from the infinity to the vicinity of a charged body. If joule of work is done in bringing the test charge coulomb from the infinity to the point P, then the electric potential V at the point P is given as V equal to W by charge, means volt equal to the work done by charge. Obviously, the work needed to move a charge from infinity to the point P where electric potential is V means volt, will be work done equal to charge into volt. Unit of electrical potential. From equation 8.5, unit of potential V, unit of work W, unit of charge Q. W is the work and Q is the symbol of charge. The SI unit of work is joule and that of the charge is coulomb. So the SI unit of potential is joule by coulomb. The joule or coulomb is power -1, which has been given the name volt. Symbol V in honor of the scientist Alessandro Volta. Hence, the potential at the point is said to be the 1 volt when 1 joule of work is done in bringing 1 coulomb charge from infinity to the point. Thus, 1 volt equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb equal to 1 joule coulomb C minus 1. Potential difference PD. In practice, when we consider the flow of current between 2 points A and B of an electric circuit, we consider only the flow of charge between the point A and B. Therefore, it is not necessary to know the exact potential at each point A and B. It is sufficient to know the potential difference, abbreviated as potential difference between the 2 points A and B. Using the definition of potential at a point, the potential difference between 2 points can be defined as follows. The potential difference in between 2 points is equal to the work done per unit charge in moving the positive test charge from one point to another. The potential difference PD between 2 points is equal to the work done per unit charge in moving a positive test charge from point to the another. It is also a scalar quantity. If work is done in moving a test charge q coulomb from a point A to the point B, the potential difference between the 2 point A and B is VA minus VB equal to W by Q, means work done by charge. The potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit is measured by the voltmeter, which is connected together. Those point is parallel with the circuit. Take care, the positive marked terminal and the voltmeter is connected to the higher potential point. Unit of potential difference. Unit potential difference PD is also expressed in the volt, that is V. The potential difference between 2 points is said to be the 1 volt of the work done in moving 1 coulomb charge from one point to the other is 1 joule, i.e. 1 volt equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb, 1 joule by C minus 1. Concept of resistance. When current flows through a conductor, say a metallic wire, the conductor will wire offer some obstruction to the flow of current, i.e. offer some resistance to the movement of charges through it. Thus, the obstruction offered to the flow of current by the conductor or wire is called its resistance. Cause of resistance. When a metal is formed, its atoms lose electrons from its outer orbit. A metal of conductor has a large number of wandering electrons and equal number of fixed positive ions. The positive ions do not move while the electrons move almost freely inside the metal. These electrons are called free electrons. They move at random, colliding amongst themselves and with the positive ions in any direction as shown. Positive ions, metal wire electrons. Here the way no potential difference is applied. Here the potential difference is applied. Here the potential difference, no potential difference is applied because the positive charge is separated and it blocks the way of passing through the ions from one place to another. So here there is in series. In one side it used to go, the potential difference is stored here, and through the wire is connected to the positive terminal and negative terminal. So the positive terminal used to go from here and negative terminal the potential difference is applied. So the flow of current in metal wire, there is a flow of current in a metal wire. So we see here in figure 8.2a, the net flow of electron is any direction is 0, so no current flows. When the potential difference is applied in the end of the metal wire, the electrons inside the experience the force in the direction from the end to the negative potential towards the end of the positive potential to the conductor, due to the which they begin to move as shown in figure 8.2. Due to the force, the speed increases, but during the movement of collide with fixed positive ions and lose some of the kinetic energy, due to which their speed decreases, the lost energy hits up the wire. After the collision, they are again accelerated towards the positive potential due to the existing potential difference. So their speed again increases, and then again in collision with the positive ions, their speed decreases. So as a result, the process continues. The electrons do not move in bulk with the continuously increasing speed, but there is an overall drift of electrons toward the positive terminal. Thus, a metal wire offers some resistance to the flow of electrons through it. The resistance of a conductor depends on the number of collisions occurred by the electrons with the positive ions while moving from one end to other end. Now we come to the Ohm's law. Ohm's law equal to volt equal to current into resistivity. If two conductors at different potential are kept in contact to joint with a metallic wire, the electron begin to move from conductor having the excess of electron to the conductor having a deficit less of electron, due to which the motion of electrons from one conductor to the other, the current flows between them, but the flow of current till both the conductor requires some potential. Then the flow of current through them stops. Hence, for a continuous flow of current in a metallic wire, the two conductors at its ends must maintain a definite potential difference. In other words, for a continuous flow of current in a conductor, a constant potential difference has to be maintained across its ends. In 1826, a German scientist, Georg Simon Ohm, by his experiment found a relation between the potential difference and the current in the conductor. The relationship is stated in the form of law known as Ohm's law. Ohm's law. According to the Ohm's law, the current flowing in a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across its ends, provided that physical condition and the temperature of the conductor remains constant. The directly proportionality between the current and the potential difference implies that if the potential difference across the end of a conductor is doubled, the current flowing in also gets doubled. In a current, I is the symbol, flows in a conductor with potential difference across its end, I will, then according to Ohm's law, charge is directly proportional to volt. V divided by I means volt divided by current is constant. In equation 8.9, we put the constant equal to R, the resistance of a conductor, then V volt equal to I by R. I means current by resistance. The resistance R is the constant at a given temperature for a given conductor. If I equal to 1, then V equal to 1. Thus, the resistance of a conductor is numerically equal to the potential difference applied across the end of a flow of unit current through it. A unit of resistance. From this related unit R, unit of V, unit of I. The SI unit of potential. The SI unit of potential difference is volt and the current is ampere. Potential difference is volt and current ampere. So the unit of resistance is volt and ampere. Volt divided by ampere, then which is named after the scientist ohm. It is denoted by the symbol omega. It is the symbol 1 ohm is defined as 1 ohm is defined as the resistance of the conductor is said to be the 1 ohm if a 1 ampere current flows through it when the potential difference of 1 volt is applied across the end of the conductor. 1 ohm equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. High resistance are measured in units kilo ohm and mega ohm, where the 1 kilo ohm equal to 10 to the power 3 ohm, 1 mega ohm equal to 1 ohm, that is 10 to the power 6 ohm. Conductance. The reciprocal of the resistance is called conductance. It is denoted by the letter G. Thus, conductance is 1 by resistance. Its unit is ohm as a Siemens symbol as. Note that nowadays we do not write mho as a ohm. In graph for a metallic conductor, the ratio of V by R is constant for all values. Thus, the V and volt and current. If a graph is plotted on the current I against the potential through the original in figure 8.3. So when we put the current and volt, then it goes directly. It is parallel. Like when we measure in the graph, it will be in the parallel series. It will be equal V and I. Then the slope of one V is A divided by triangle V, which is reciprocal to the resistance of conductor. So the slope of this resistance is limitation of Ohm's law. There is some limitation of Ohm's law where the Ohm's law is obeyed only when the temperature of the conductor remains constant. If the temperature of if there is constant, then the Ohm's law will affect that. Experimental verification of Ohm's law. Electric circuit. A verify Ohm's law. An electric circuit is used in shown in figure 8.4. It is resistant RH and electric circuit is verification of Ohm's law. The rheostat RH as ammeter, a resistance where R key is connected to the series where the battery V carry the positive marked at the terminal of ammeter towards the positive terminal of battery. The voltmeter V is then connected to the parallel across to the resistance of keeping the positive marked terminal towards the positive terminal of the battery. The battery V sends the current in a circuit. The current in a circuit is changed by the rheostat ammeter measures the current. The key K is used to start and stop the current in a circuit. The wire R says a nichrome where the unknown resistance. The voltmeter measures potential difference across the end of the resistance wire R. Procedure. As the key K is closed, current flows in a circuit. The rheostat RH is adjusted to get the minimum non-zero reading in the ammeter and a voltmeter V. The ammeter reading I and the voltmeter reading V are noted. The sliding terminal of the rheostat in then moved in increase the current gradually, and each time the value of the current I flowing in the circuit and the potential difference V across the resistance wire R are recorded by nothing. The reading of the ammeter A and voltmeter V respectively. In this way, different sets of the values of I and V are recorded in the table given below. Then the each of the set of values of current and volt, the ratio of volt by current is calculated. From the above table, we notice that the observation of the V by I almost constant and the average gives the resistance R of the Y. V1 graph, the graph is plotted by the V against the taking one y-axis, and from we found the straight line figure the verifies the Ohm's law. Means it goes in the straight line. If we plot the graph here, it will go in the straight line. So and the slope of find V1 graph. Find the slope of the straight line obtained from the V1 graph. Take 2 points P and Q on the straight line. From the P and Q, draw a normal line P and QB on the y-axis, PC and QD on the x-axis. Read the potential VA as the point of VB and the V, and find the difference VA minus VB equal to triangular V. Similarly, read the current 1C and C at 1D at the find the difference 1C minus 1D at A1. Then find the slope AB divided by triangle current. The slope of the straight line and V1 and graph gives the resistance of R, where the conductor of Y is slope of the V and 1 graph. Now, obviously, greater to the slope of V1 graph, the greater the resistance of the conductor. Ohmic and non-ohmic resistors. Ohmic resistor, the conductor which obey Ohm's law is called the ohmic resistors. And the conductors such as silver, aluminum, iron, nichrome, copper, sulfates, which copper electrodes, dilute sulfuric acid, etc. at constant temperature. For such resistors, a graph plotted for potential difference V against currents I is a straight line passing through the origin is shown in figure 8.5, and resistance R is the same irrespective of the value of V or I. The ratio of V by I is constant for all values on V or I. Non-ohmic resistors. The conductor which do not obey Ohm's law are called non-ohmic resistors. The non-linear resistance, example the LED, solar cell, Johnson diode, transistor, filament of a bulb, etc. For this conductor, a graph plotted for a potential difference I, not a straight line, but the curve is shown as figure graph junction is diode. Means if this curve will be not straight in the graph, then it does not follow the Ohm's law. Not for an ohmic resistor, it is a for ohmic resistance, it is a necessary part of the straight line and V1 graph passes through the origin, but the non-ohmic resistor, it is necessary curve on a V1 graph passes through the origin. The resistance of non-ohmic conductor, the ratio of V by I is different, and different values of the V and I resistance of the particular value of V or I is obtained by finding the slope of the tangent drawn in the corresponding point of the V and V1 graph. Find the V triangle V by triangle I is called dynamic resistance, since its value is different, but the different value of V and I. Ohmic resistance, it obeys the Ohm's law. Non-ohmic, it does not obey the Ohm's law. The graph of the potential difference versus current is a circuit line passing through origin, but the graph of the potential difference versus current I is not a straight line, but the curve which may not passes through the origin. A slope of V1 graph is same of all sides. It will be same in the it is a one straight, but there will be not same. Example, all metallic conductors such as iron, copper, nichrome, electrolyte, suitable electrodes are the example of ohmic resistance. And non-ohmic resistance, example, Johnson diode, LED transistor, filament of a bulb, etc. are the example of non-ohmic resistance. Now the factors affecting the resistance of a conductor. The resistance of a conductor depends on the following four factors: material of a conductor, length of a conductor, thickness of a conductor, temperature of a conductor. And first is dependent of material of a conductor. Different material have different concentration of the free electrons, so therefore the resistance of a conductor depends on the material. Materials such as silver, copper, aluminum, lead, etc. have the concentration of the free electrons in the decreasing order, so their identical wire offers resistance in the increasing order. Nor the substance which have a large concentration of electrons offers less resistance, therefore they are called good conductor of electricity. On the other hand, the substance such as rubber, glass, wood, which have negligible concentration of the free electrons, offer very high resistance, so they are called insulator of the electricity. So next we will read about the dependence on the length of a conductor. In a long conductor, the number of collisions of free electrons with the positive ions will be more compared to the shorter one. Therefore, the longer conductor offers more resistance. In fact, resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Resistance is directly proportional to the current. If the length of a wire of the same radius is double, the resistance of the wire got double. Third is dependence on the thickness of the conductor. In a thick conductor, electrons get a large area of cross section to flow compared to the thin conductor. Therefore, a thick conductor offers less resistance. The resistance of a conductor is inversely proportional to the area of cross section normal to the direction of the flow of current. R equal to 1 by A. If the radius of a wire is the same length is doubled, the area of a cross section, it becomes 4 times. 4 resistance becomes 1/4. Its radius tripled on the area of cross section becomes 9 times. The resistance becomes 1/9 and so on. Now the fourth point is dependence on the temperature of a conductor. With the increase in the temperature of a conductor, the random motion of free electrons increases. As a result, number of collision electrons with the positive increases, and the resistance in the conductor increases. With an increase in the temperature, the resistance of a filament of a bulb is more when it is glowing, when it is at the high temperature as compared to the when the not glowing when it is cold. In V1 graph, the conductor of a two temperature is shown in straight line. The V1 graph is conductor. Here there is a graph of given the graph of conductor at two temperature T1 and T2. Different temperature at T1 and T2 respectively. The straight line A is steeper than the line B because the resistance of a conductor is more at high temperature T1 than at low temperature T2. A specific resistance of resistivity. Experimentally, it has been observed that the resistance of a wire is directly proportional to the length. The resistance of a wire varies inversely at the area of cross section of the wire. Combining the above equation 1 and 2, resistance is equal to 1 by A core, rho equal to 1 by rho 1 by pi r square. Here the P is constant and reflects the characteristics of the material of the wire, and it is called the specific resistance or resistivity of the material of the wire. It is different for different material. From the above relation 8.16, specific resistance P R equal to T. If current is 1 and A equal to 1, then rho equal to R. Thus, a specific resistance of a material is the resistance of the wire, that material of a unit length of unit area of a cross section. In other words, the specific resistance of a material of the resistance between the opposite faces, the unit cube of that material. Unit of the specific resistance from the relation of R by A, unit of R into unit of A unit of I. The ohms into meter square by meter, ohm into meter equal to ohmic 1 meter. Thus the unit of a specific resistance is ohms into meter. Factor affecting the specific resistance. The factor resistance of a substance, it is the characteristic property of different form of substance. It is very low for metal of alloys, low for semiconductors, a very high of insulator. We have to remember this chart, you can remember. Second is the specific resistance of a substance depends on the temperature. It increases with the increase in temperature for metals, but it decreases with the increase in temperature for semiconductor, for some alloys. Example, constant magnesium remains particularly constant with change in temperature. Conductivity. The reciprocal of the specific resistance is known as conductivity. It is represented by the symbol of the conductivity. The SI unit is 1 by ohms into meter. Ohm meter. Symbol meter is 7 meter. Choice of material of a wire. The choice of material of a wire depends on the purpose which the wire is to be used. The wire used as electrical connection for power transmission. Such wires should possess at least possible resistance due to which the negligible resistance of a connection where the current circuit remains unaffected, and loss of energy due to heating is prevented. Hence, they are made of materials such as copper or aluminum, which specific resistance is very small. Further, they are made thick so that their resistance become low. Second, the resistance wire or standard resistor. Such wires are connected high resistance, and their resistance must not change due to the change in temperature. They are made from alloys such as magnesium, constantan, etc., for which the specific resistance is high and the effect of change in temperature on the resistance is negligible. The fuse wire, it is made for alloy and the lead in tin because the melting point is and its specific resistance is more than that of copper and aluminum, so that the resistance of the short of the thin fuse wire is more than that of the connecting wire. It permits the up to the safe limit of the pass through it, but an access current matters as so in the flows of the current is broken. The filament of the electric wool. A tungsten wire is used because it has high melting point. The heating element of appliances such as heater, toaster, oven, etc. And nichrome wire is used because the specific resistance of a nichrome is high resistance increase in greater extent with the increase in temperature. Superconductor. Experimentally, it is observed that the resistance of some substance like tin, lead, etc. decreases tremendously while decreasing in the temperature and become almost zero in low temperature ranges near absolute zero. Such substances are called superconductors. Zero resistance of the superconductor means its infinite conductivity. Once the current starts flowing in the superconductor, it persists every when there is no potential difference across it. The superconductor is a substance of a zero resistance of infinite conductance at a very low temperature. Example, mercury below 4.2 K lead to the below 7.25 K, the niobium below 9.2 K are superconductors. Superconductor are those not in common arsenics are very difficult to achieve, such as a low temperature. However, they can be useful if the possible to obtain them room temperature. The size of computer could be reduced to the few centimeter and the power lines could be made in the single wire. Thank you friends, we have read the whole this book. If you like the video, you will subscribe, comment and share. Jai Hind. Thank you. Have a nice day.